If you qualified for the Guaranteed Income Supplement but never got around to applying, here's something Service Canada won't put in a headline for you. They are legally capped at paying you a maximum of 11 months of back pay. Not 2 years, not 3 years, 11 months. Every single month past that cutoff is money that is gone permanently, not delayed, not deferred, gone. I'm John A.J. On this channel, we break down real CRA and Service Canada rules to protect your monthly pension. Hit that subscribe button right now so you never lose benefits you've earned. Today I'm showing you exactly how to lock in your 11-month lump sum back paycheck worth up to $12,000 before your window closes for good. I'm going to walk you through the actual rule, the real math on what it costs you to wait even one more month, and the exact 2 ways to file so Service Canada timestamps your application today, not next week. Section 1. The strict 11-month retroactive limit. A. What is it? Here's the part almost nobody explains clearly. The Guaranteed Income Supplement, or GIS, is a benefit that's funded by Canadian taxpayers and administered by Service Canada. You'd think if you were eligible 3 years ago, they'd just pay you for those 3 years once you finally apply. That is not how it works. Under the Old Age Security Act, Service Canada is legally restricted from paying more than 11 retroactive months counted backward from the date they physically receive your application, not the date you became eligible, not the date you turned 65, the date your paperwork lands on their desks. So picture this. A senior in Manitoba becomes eligible for GIS at 65. Life gets busy, maybe a spouse passes away, maybe there's a house to sell, maybe nobody ever told her she even qualified. 3 years go by. She finally applies today. Under this rule, she does not get 3 years of back pay. She gets 11 months. 2 full years and a bit of entitlement, just erased because the clock only runs backward 11 months from today, not from the day she first qualified. B. What is it worth? Let's put real numbers on this because vague warnings don't pay bills. As of 2026, the maximum monthly GIS payment for a single senior sits at roughly $1,087. Round that down for easy math, and you're looking at about $1,100 a month in lost income for every month you delay past your eligibility date, up to that 11-month ceiling. Here's what that looks like as a lump sum. 11 months multiplied by roughly $1,100 a month comes out to just under $12,000. $12,000 tax-free, sitting there waiting for you if you file today. GIS is a non-taxable benefit, which means every dollar of that back pay check is yours to keep. No CRA clawback on it, no line on your tax return eating into it. Now here's the part that should genuinely bother you. This isn't a slow leak, it's a hard wall. Say you're eligible today and you decide, hey, I'll deal with it next month. That's not a small delay. That 30-day wait doesn't just cost you 30 days of payments going forward, because the 11-month window is measured backward from your application date. Every month you wait is a month you can never recover later. If you were already outside the 11-month zone for some of your eligible period, waiting another month doesn't stretch the window. It just means one more month of your original eligibility falls off the back end forever. In plain terms, waiting even one extra month can permanently destroy over $1,100 that Service Canada would otherwise have owed you. C. How do they get it? I'll walk you through the exact filing steps in a few minutes, but the short version is this. You either apply through your My Service Canada account online, or you mail in a paper form called ISP-3025. The moment matters more than the method. The date they receive it is the date the 11-month clock starts counting backward from. So the goal isn't get around to it sometime this year. The goal is today. Now, I know what some of you are thinking watching this. John, is this actually legit? Is this some kind of loophole, or is this an official rule? Fair question, and I want to be straight with you. This isn't a loophole and it's not a trick. It's written directly into the Old Age Security Act. Service Canada isn't hiding it from you, but they also aren't going to call you up and remind you it exists. That's on you, and honestly, that's why I make these videos. Stick around, because in the next section I want to show you why so many seniors end up in this exact situation in the first place, and it's usually not because they were careless. Section 2. Why automatic enrollment fails. A. What is it? Service Canada does automatically enroll some seniors into GIS once they start receiving old age security. That part is true, and it's genuinely helpful when it works. The problem is the word some. Thousands of eligible seniors every single year fall through the cracks of that automatic system, and they have no idea it happened until they realize their neighbor, on the same income, is getting a monthly GIS deposit that they aren't. B. What is it worth? This gap isn't a small administrative hiccup. For a senior living on a fixed income, missing GIS for even one full year is over $13,000 in support that simply never showed up. And because of the 11-month rule we just covered, if that senior doesn't catch the gap and apply in time, most of that money is unrecoverable. See? How do they get it? The reasons automatic enrollment misses people usually fall into 3 categories, and I want you to check yourself against each one right now. First, income changes. If your income shifted, maybe you sold a rental property, cashed out an RRSP, or your spouse's pension changed, Service Canada's automated system doesn't always catch that you've now dropped into GIS-eligible territory. It's built to flag continuing recipients, not necessarily new ones triggered by a life change. Second, marital status updates. If you got separated, widowed, or your spouse recently started or stopped receiving OAS, your GIS eligibility calculation changes completely. Automatic systems are notoriously slow to catch these updates, and until Service Canada has your correct marital status on file, they often won't auto-enroll you. Third, and this is the big one, tax return filing gaps. Service Canada calculates your GIS eligibility based on the income reported on your tax return. If you filed late one year, or missed filing altogether, or there was a processing delay at CRA, that's a gap in the data Service Canada needs to auto-enroll you. No clean tax record, no automatic GIS. If any one of those 3 things happened to you in the last few years, there is a real chance you are owed money right now that nobody is going to hand you unless you go get it. I can already hear some of you asking, will applying for this reduce my other benefits or trigger some kind of review? No. Applying for GIS you're already entitled to doesn't put your OAS at risk, and it doesn't flag you for an audit. This is money that was already yours under the rules. You're not asking for a favor. You're collecting what you earned by living on a fixed income and qualifying under the government's own income thresholds. Section 3, the step-by-step action guide to claim immediately. A. What is it? There are exactly 2 official ways to file your GIS application, and I want to walk you through both so you can pick whichever one you're comfortable with. B. What is it worth? Choosing the faster method matters more than you'd think because remember, the clock starts the day Service Canada receives your application, not the day you decide to apply. A few days difference in mailing time could be the difference between capturing or losing an extra month of that $1,100 payment. C. How do they get it? Option A is the fastest route, applying online through My Service Canada account, often shortened to MSCA. If you already have an account set up with a GC key or a sign-in partner through your bank, you can log in, navigate to the Guaranteed Income Supplement application section, and submit it electronically. The advantage here is speed and verification. Your application gets a digital timestamp the moment you hit submit, so there's no question about when Service Canada received it. If you don't already have an MSCA account, setting one up takes a bit of time with identity verification, so if you're in a hurry, that might push you toward option B. Option B is the paper route, downloading and mailing in Form ISP-3025, officially titled the Application for the Guaranteed Income Supplement. You can find this form on the Canada.ca website, print it out, fill in your personal information, your income details, and your marital status, sign it, and mail it directly to your regional Service Canada processing center. The address is listed right on the form itself, so make sure you're sending it to the correct region. The one thing to keep in mind with paper applications is that the clock starts when Service Canada physically receives it, not when you drop it in the mailbox. So if timing is tight, consider sending it by a trackable mail service so you have proof of the delivery date. Now here's a crucial tip that trips up a lot of applications and causes unnecessary delays. Before you file, make sure your tax returns from previous years, specifically what shows up on line 23,600, your net income line, are fully filed and processed by the CRA. Service Canada uses that net income figure to calculate exactly how much retroactive GIS you're owed. If your tax return for a prior year is still sitting unprocessed, or worse, hasn't been filed at all, Service Canada can't finish calculating your payout, and your application gets stuck in an administrative hold. That hold doesn't stop the 11-month clock from ticking. So step 1, genuinely, before you even touch the GIS application, is to confirm your last 2 or 3 years of tax returns are filed and processed. You can check this yourself through your CRA My account, looking at your notice of assessment for each year. Some of you are probably wondering, what if I'm not sure I even qualify? What if I apply and get rejected? Here's the honest answer. Applying costs you nothing, and there's no penalty for applying and not qualifying. The only cost is the cost of not applying when you did qualify. If your income is under roughly $22,000 a year as a single senior, or under around $29,000 combined as a couple where both receive OAS, you are very likely in GIS territory and should be filing today, not researching for another 6 months. Section 4. Locking in your entitlement date today. I want to bring this back to the core point because I don't want you walking away from this video with information and no action. The single most important thing you can do after watching this is not learn more or think about it. It's to file your application today, this week, so that today becomes your official application date. Here's why that matters so much. The moment Service Canada receives your application, your 11-month retroactive window is locked in relative to that date. Every day you wait past today is a day that potentially falls outside that window and disappears from your back pay calculation forever. This isn't a benefit that grows the longer you wait. It's the opposite. It shrinks. Think about the senior couple in British Columbia, both in their late 60s, who realized last year that a change in her late husband's pension had quietly pushed her into GIS eligible territory almost 2 years earlier. She didn't know. Nobody told her. By the time she applied, she'd already lost more than a year of eligible payments that could never be recovered, capped at that strict 11-month retroactive limit. She still received close to $12,000 in back pay, which mattered enormously to her fixed income, but she'll tell you herself, she wishes she'd known about this rule a year earlier. That's the whole reason I made this video, not to scare you, but to make sure you're not the person telling this story a year from now with regret in your voice. So here's your action step, plain and simple. If you think there's even a chance you qualified for GIS in the past and didn't apply, don't research this for another month. Go check your CRA My Account to confirm your tax returns are filed and processed. Then either log into My Service Canada account or download Form ISP-3025 today and get your application in. Every single day you wait is a day that can permanently cost you money you already earned. If this video helped you understand the rule, do me a favor and share it with another Canadian senior in your life. A parent, a neighbor, someone at your church or community center who might be sitting on thousands of dollars they don't know they're owed. Drop a comment below and let me know what province you're in. I read every single one. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel because I've got more videos coming on real CRA and Service Canada updates that protect your monthly pension. I'm John A.J. Take care of that application today and I'll see you in the next one.